Hello everyone, this is Abhilasha Singh, and our today's special guest is someone who makes music and memes and everything in between. So, let's welcome Mayur Jumani in Man Crush Monday. So, welcome Mayur to the show.
Hi Abhilasha, thank you so much for having me here.
ये जो मयूर की जर्नी है, म्यूजिक और मयूर, ये कॉम्बिनेशन जो है, ये कैसे हुआ? सबसे पहले तो मुझे ये बताओ.
जर्नी शुरू से बोलूं या जहाँ से शुरू हुआ. So basically, when I was a kid, I was always into music composition and I used to play the piano तभी से ही. And उसके बाद it was always my hobby. So I did engineering and then I worked as a UI designer for 2 years. And उसके बीच में even during the engineering years, I was still जैसे जितना भी time मिलता था, I used to play around with instruments and learn new things in music. And even when I was working, I started gigging also here and there, performances किए थे and everything. And it was that time I realized कि चलो एक बार try कर लेते हैं to make this as a career.
Right.
So उसके बाद I applied to Berklee College of Music. I applied for the masters even though I did not have a graduate degree in music, and I don't know how I got in. It was to my surprise that they selected me for the master's course, and I went to Berklee. And after that, उसके बाद तो it was like completely music.
So मयूर मतलब इंटरनेट पे ऐसा सेंसेशन क्रिएट कर दिया एक्चुअली लास्ट ईयर से अगर मैं पर्टिकुलरली बात करूँ तो ये कनेक्शन लाइक मयूर का और ये मीम वीडियोस का just tell us something about that. How when was that first thought which actually came in your mind कि यार चल कुछ ऐसा करते हैं?
ऐसा मैंने कुछ सोचा नहीं था, it just happened. So first of all, after Berklee I came back. तो 2 साल ऐसे ही छोटे-मोटे 3 साल actually छोटे-मोटे काम किए वहाँ, and then I also got a good break in Bollywood also in 2019. But 2020 में ऐसे था ना कि again everything came to a stop. The whole world was at a stop. The whole world was a little gloomy nature हो गया था सब हर जगह पे.
Correct.
And around this time only last year, in fact, I think July में I was like क्या करूँ मैं. I do want to entertain people also because I like entertaining people and I like to lighten up the mood. Like I have that thing in me. So how do I use my music and also provide some entertainment? So that's when I thought, I'll just take up random things, just make music out of that and see if people like it.
Yeah.
So उसी से शुरू हुआ. And then उसके बाद से like I did not expect people to like it so much. Especially जब शुरू किया था, I started making some things on Arnab Goswami. Like my first one was his remix, and I expected to get trolled a lot. I expected कि लोग बहुत गुस्से में आ जाएंगे, but everyone seemed to like it. Like the first video itself, it was just a 15-second thing. But जैसे ही मैंने डाला, everyone started sharing, and then 1-2 दिन के बाद people are sending me, like my old friends are sending me कि ये मुझे WhatsApp group पे मिला ये video and all. I was so shocked कि ये कहाँ पहुँच रहा है.
How was that like particular feeling कि मतलब यार ये तो it's kind of a magic for you.
So
Overnight इस तरह से मतलब viral हो गया और
I don't think it was overnight, of course. Like वो एक sudden जैसे वो jump नहीं दिखा मुझे. But basically I knew कि ये सही चीज़ है. Like first video डाला उसके बाद I knew कि यही करना चाहिए. Because see, I put my first YouTube video in 2014 or 13. And that's when I just started getting into music. And तभी से मेरे दिमाग में था कि I want to make content, I want to do something, but तभी इतना कुछ हुआ नहीं था. So it kind of got backtracked, even though I did keep on putting some stuff since then. But that was always a secondary thing for me. फिर जब ये meme का मैंने डाला, it was just a click. Like I knew कि if I continue doing this is going to. It's not just going to be good for me, it's also going to entertain a lot of people, and that's what people really needed during the lockdown.
But tell me something like how has life actually changed after that?
It's not changed. See, because ज़्यादा कुछ खुला भी नहीं है, इतना मैं बाहर भी नहीं गया हूँ, तो I didn't see that kind of a change जो मैं बाहर जाके if I meet people and then सबका नजरिया चेंज हो जाता है to look at.
But आज की डेट में social media is there.
it's there exactly.
Yeah.
So we on social media, it's of course amazing. In real life, it seems the same. Like घर पे ही हूँ मैं बस स्टूडियो में बैठ के काम कर रहा हूँ अपना. So it's kind of the same. But let's see. I think there's still a lot of way to go before I completely see that change.
So being an engineer, living your corporate job, getting into music, मतलब ये guts चाहिए boss. लेकिन मुझे ये बताओ फैमिली का कितना सपोर्ट था और क्या कभी कुछ ऐसे लगा था, थोड़ा भी डाउट हुआ था कि यार पता नहीं क्या होगा, शायद वापस मुझे अपने इस जॉब में वापस आना पड़े, something like that happened with you?
Right.
Yeah.
फैमिली का तो ऑफ कोर्स लाइक शुरू में तो ये होता है कि I'm taking up a career, but more than the family, it was me myself who had that doubt कि ठीक है talent तो है, but ये field ऐसा है कि it's not just about talent, right? और बहुत कुछ चाहिए, बहुत struggle करना पड़ेगा. So that thing was there in my mind, but I used that as a positive point. कि see, मुझे पूरा engineering का background हो गया है, फिर designing का 2 साल का experience हो गया, and now if I try into music, so worst case scenario I'll get back into this जो मैं कर रहा था पहले. So it's not like I'm not going too much behind. तो वो risk factor इतना नहीं लगा था, and that's how I explained it to my parents also, and they were very supportive back then. Right. To send me to Berkeley.
And when it comes to music, who is your inspiration?
A lot of people actually. Like I don't have I don't have this one ideal person that I follow completely, but a lot of people that I have followed who have given me something. So of course A.R. Rahman is one of the biggest inspirations. He's every musician's inspiration. He's the one who brought this new generation of music into this industry. Salim Merchant is one of my favorite. Even right now I just go through his posts and all, and the way he explains and the way he creates his music is amazing. Then of course Vishal Dadlani is one, and Shankar Madhavan. I haven't heard a better singer-composer combination till today.
And अगर मैं meme videos की बात करूँ तो उसमें कौन है inspiration?
Inspiration meme videos
मतलब जिनके not inspiration word but actually जिनके videos you actually like.
Oh, there are. So here's the thing. जब मैंने शुरू किया था ये meme video, actually इससे भी पहले मैंने किया था, but that wasn't really a meme. I think 2013 or 14 में मैंने एक देखा था. Like I don't know who created that, but there was an international meme का thing. The same thing that happened first time when I saw it was there was a song called "Ain't Nobody Got Time for That." The US like some hurricane hit, and then there's a news interview going on, and this woman says "Ain't nobody got time for that," and say someone, I don't know who, I still don't know who that person is, but someone created a remix out of that, and that was kind of the first inspiration that came into my head to do something like this. But uske baad to kuch nahi. Right now also there are so many people who are making it. Yashraj is one.
Right, he is. Yeah, exactly.
And Anshuman is one. He's also amazing. So yeah.
Right. And Mayur, do you remember that first video जिसको million views मिले थे, and like what was your reaction that time?
It was like the craziest thing was that it was that first video that I put up, the 15-second reel that I put up, Arnab ka. Like that, I think so first week was okay, but second week I think it picked up even more.
कौन सा वाला video था वो?
It was that suddenness wala. So when he says suddenness, when the China ka thing happened. तो उसका मैंने बनाया था, which was like just a random thing. मैं बस रात को सोच रहा था क्या करूँ, I should put something up. Reels also started at that time. Like I think Reels was very new. तो मैंने सोचा कुछ तो बना के डालता हूँ Reels पे, let's see how it goes. Right. And that's what I did. And then I never expected it to grow so much. और बस like I saw that thing growing, and then followers भी बढ़ रहे थे. So more than that 1 million, I was looking at the followers because viral तो हो जाता है कुछ भी, but people follow you if they really do like you.
That's true.
So that's what was more intriguing for me.
and which are your favorite mashups जो अब तक किया है जितने भी?
I would say of course the Hera Fairy one, Babu remix. It has to be my favorite because that was the first video where I knew कि ये जाने वाला है. Like this is the video that everyone is going to like, and that's what happened. But apart from that, of course, the Anushrut one,
Yeah.
Arey Yaar Mat Karo. I think I didn't expect that one to grow that much, but everyone just loved it. It's one of those where the melody gets stuck in your head, right? So it's
Exactly.
like for a composer, it's kind of difficult to know कौन सा ऐसे type का melody है या नहीं है.
Yeah.
But when something works out, it's really good.
And my all-time favorite is a mask pen. That is epic. And being Rakhi Sawant in that video, it's like anytime. Like वो मेरा all-time favorite है. But talking about these celebrities, like whether यार तुमने ढिंचैक पूजा को तो बिल्कुल ही मतलब चेंज ही कर दिया. सेल्फी वीडियो, people have become your fan so much after that. Like इतने praises मिले हैं. उसके बारे में मैं आगे बात करूंगी, but उससे पहले मुझे ये बताओ, when it comes to ढिंचैक पूजा, when it comes to news personalities, राखी सावंत, or for that matter that viral kid जो तुम्हारी वजह से अंशु बना, वो उसकी बात अगर मैं करूं, तो मतलब what is that one thought which comes in your mind when you think of creating such contents और ऐसे लोगों को उठाना और उनके content बनाना? So what's that first thought which comes?
My first thought is always about entertainment. Like, will this be intriguing enough for people to watch it and like kind of make their day? Okay, if someone is having a sad day and then they see something like this, like the first thing that I think about is this funny enough and is this entertaining enough that people will love it and and kind of remember it also.
Correct. Talking about that, उसके कुछ comments हैं जो मैं तुम्हें बताना चाहती हूँ इस बार. There's another comment. This man does not create music. He creates magic. For the first time ever, I loved any of Dhinchak Pooja's song. Okay. And the next one is, brother, lots of love. You can lift a song from depths of hell to the heights of heaven. Awesome. So मुझे ये बताओ, and this last one is Mishra ji is saying here that for the first time ever I found Selfie मैंने ले ली आज as a Surila song. Thank you for this, Mayur. तो मतलब do you read comments? ऐसे comments पढ़ते हो, reply करते हो? What's your reaction when you read them? ऐसे ही हंसते हो या क्या होता है?
ऐसे ही exactly ऐसे ही होता है. I kind of start blushing also sometimes if someone else is reading the comments like this moment. Right. But that's what, like, this is what keeps me going. Like, ठीक है, views मिल रहे हैं वो ठीक है, but when people are actually commenting and saying good things about you, that's something like that really sticks with me.
So then Dhinchak Pooja got in touch with you or not after this?
Not really. But it's fine, I mean.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay. But that's very brave of you to pick that song and changing it completely.
Actually, on that point, there was another reason I started doing this. I started making videos like this.
Right.
So people know what a singer does, people know what a composer does, people know what lyricist does, but no one knows the job of a producer, a music producer. Right. Because it's a very new thing ना, लोगों को ज़्यादा पता नहीं है. And मेरे भी time पे when I was going to Berkeley, the course was called Music Production, Technology and Innovation, which of course parents भी and everyone did not understand कि वो क्या है. So now because everything has become electronic, there's this one person who is handling everything, from the composition to production to final mixing and everything. So that's kind of my job, and I really wanted people to know what's happening behind the scenes, कि music कैसे बनता है. And that's one of the first things that was in my mind when I started creating this, that थोड़ा entertainment भी बनाऊंगा and at the same time people understand कि मेरा job profile क्या है basically.
Correct. So like being a music composer, producer, singer, actor, मतलब और क्या बाकी है यार, ये बता दो कितना अभी.
I'm not an actor, please, and I'm a okay singer. I'm not a very good singer also.
लेकिन मतलब वो वीडियोस में अपने खुद आना काइंड ऑफ, अभी जो तुम्हारा लेटेस्ट गाना आया है उसमें भी saw you, so obviously that's why I'm saying it's a compliment.
ये गाना तो I think a lot of people just forced me to put this out and to do this acting. I think मैंने बहुत सारा over acting कर ली थी ये गाने में, but maybe it was needed. But Yeah, काफी like push मिला था मुझे करने के लिए because I'm actually a very introverted kind of a person. I don't like to show my face that much also, but just in the last 1 year, I think things have changed, and I'm trying to push myself into that direction also.
Okay, that's great. And now, before moving on to our special segment, this is the last question from you. Who is your man crush and why?
So there's this one social media content creator only. He's not Indian. His name is Rudy Manisco, who is a brilliant musician, brilliant content creator, and a lot of my inspirations come from his videos only. So if people who are following me are not following him, you should definitely just follow him. He's also an actor. So like वो भी एक चीज मैं वहाँ से pick up कर रहा हूँ धीरे-धीरे, even though I can't act at all. But
see, मैंने already पहले ही बोल दिया था.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, that's just something I'm trying, but I don't want to be an actor also. Like, just वो side में ही है, but yeah.
So now it's time to move on to our special segment, which is Monday Mood. So Mayur, what's the surprise for us?
So surprise for you. So a lot of people just recently I kind of like redid my studio, like just added some new elements over here. And then a lot of people were asking me, please do a studio tour and show me how you created everything and what are the equipment. So I can actually show you some details about.
So मतलब मैं ये कह सकती हूँ कि first time ever you are going to show us the studio on Man Crush Monday.
Right. So people have seen glimpses in my video, but I'll explain what everything does and why I chose this as well. So this is kind of what my studio looks like right now. So नीचे, let's start from here. Like I have, this is one of my favorite instruments where I do all my
इसको हमने बहुत बार feature होते हुए देखा है सारे videos पे.
Exactly, yeah. So this is literally the thing that I started with in 2014 itself. So this thing is called Ableton Push, and it's by this company called Ableton. The software that I use is the same company Ableton. So they make this thing that runs with the software properly. And इसके पहले I had something called the Launchpad. I think because it's a very new instrument when I bought it, इसका कुछ नाम अभी तक नहीं है. It's so people call it Launchpad only because Launchpad was the first that got this. So we can just continue calling it a Launchpad, or you can just say drum machine because I play drum with this.
Launchpad or drum machine.
Yeah. People call it a lot of things. People call it finger drummer or whatever. But yeah, drum machine is a good name.
Okay.
So recently, because till recently I was using my laptop. I still have the laptop over here. So I was using my laptop as my main computer, but then I just got a Mac.
Oh yeah, you have also posted about this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I just got a new Mac Mini, which is the M1 Mac Mini, which is the most powerful system I have ever used. And उसके साथ I also bought a new screen. So now I have two screens. Let me just open this. So basically I've mounted the screen also, and I also mounted my speakers, which is another thing I did, because by doing that I have a lot of space for my other instruments and everything below it. And main thing जो मुझे बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं आता था पहले was my cable management.
Okay.
So you know how every studio enthusiast or someone who is very this thing about cable management. So I had a lot of cables lying around here. So once I got this Mac Mini, it kind of, I've hidden everything behind this screen now. All my cables are there or below here. So if I just carry this from here to here. So whenever I'm using my software, I have both the screens open. So ऊपर I can do the arrangement, नीचे I can do some mixing and everything. So that's why I got this vertical screen. Usually जब लोग dual screen लेते हैं, they take a left and right horizontal split screen. So I did the vertical because that's more convenient for me. But उसके अलावा I have these other instruments now, which is this keyboard perfectly fits into this drawer. I made this custom drawer when I moved into this house because I knew कि इसमें keyboard डालना ही पड़ेगा.
Right.
And apart from this is called a Rollies keyboard, which is again one of my favorite instruments. It's a very small, it's a Bluetooth instrument. And it plays like, अभी explain नहीं कर सकता, but it has something called a 5D sound. So you can create like crazy things. You can just move your hand and it will make a different sound. Right. So it's way more advanced than a normal keyboard.
So
of course, I have another one.
Yeah. generally how much time do you actually take to create one video?
I would say it depends again. Like if it's like one of those up things that I did initially, the 15-30 second videos, I can do that in 1 or 2 days. But when I'm creating something just like this latest track algorithm,
Yeah.
I took a proper week to really make that properly. And I have put out songs before that I've taken months also just to rethink and like I think week is a good time to put out a proper original song. But sometimes you just need to rethink and need to like there are iterations. The creative process it's never done. Like your final product is never done.
Right.
You just keep on doing it more and more.
Right. And थोड़ा सा extra यहाँ पे request कर रही हूँ या you can say कि like I am just telling you कि मयूर studio तो बहुत ही cute सा है लेकिन लेकिन हमें कुछ सुना दो like live अगर हमें सुनना है तो.
Okay, so cool. So I'll play a cover that I actually put up on my page today itself. There's this song Hawaii, and I really love that song. It's like Arijit Singh sang it so well, and Pritam's music is of course. So yeah, here goes. Right.
Wow. Thank you so much. That was lovely and that's so sweet of you. Okay, and which is your favorite instrument?
My favorite instrument is of course the piano, the keyboard, and after that I would say is the guitar. So I do like a lot of, even though I play a lot more on electronic instruments, I do like the sound of acoustic instruments a lot more. So that's why I have this acoustic guitar here, and I just most of my composition happens on acoustic instruments.
Okay. So Mayur, अब हमारा last segment आ गया है जहाँ तुम्हें कुछ करना नहीं है. You just have to give all the ज्ञान. So this is called अभी का ज्ञान. So what ज्ञान you are going to give everyone today on the show?
I'm not a ज्ञान giver actually. I wish थोड़ा और ज़्यादा हो जाए. अभी तो मैंने शुरू ही किया करियर. अभी तो काफी कुछ है. थोड़ा और I'll achieve more things and then I'll be very comfortable giving ज्ञान. But right now, if I have to give some ज्ञान, I'll give it through my experience and this transition that I had from an engineer to a musician. I mean, of course, on like it's very easy for people to say, yeah, risk le lo, just take the step and things will fall into place. But realistically, a lot of things don't fall into place. Realistically, there's a lot of struggle before things kind of fall into place. And I would just say, there's this one thing that my previous boss of my company had said in his interview, who he's a billionaire now, so of course it's a very important lesson that I learned. He said, take risks, take as many risks as you want, but also have backup plans. So when he took one step ahead, he knew he had like 4 backup plans behind it in case that doesn't work out. So literally when I was trying to convince my parents to get into music full time, to go to Berkeley and do my course over there, I made this document of 10 things that I'll do in case I don't become a huge artist. There are 5 of them were related to music, the smaller things that people do in studios and everything. 5 of them were not related to music, which I could still do and make money and like kind of at least live my life properly. So that kind of helped me convince them also. So so for everyone who wants to take risks, take these steps, I would suggest just make a document, think about all the backup scenarios before you take that step, and but never stop thinking, never think you cannot take a step, never take a step back. Always try to be open to risk, but have these backup plans. It's easy, it's useful to explain to your parents, explain to the society also, and it's useful for yourself.
Wow, backup plan is must. So like for all the newcomers, all the new content creators, I think they should listen to this particular tip or particular gyan. Yeah. So Mayur, thank you so much for being our man crush for today's Monday and today's
Thank you
show.
so much for having me over. I had a lot of fun.
It was absolutely lovely talking to you and
Same.
looking at your studio and all your equipments. It was actually absolutely lovely.
92.7 Big